Welcome to Byte-Sized Cocktails, where AI meets mixology. Let's craft something incredible. Artificial intelligence just created 5 original cocktails, and while some sound incredible, others might make professional bartenders cry themselves to sleep. Let me tell you about this fascinating experiment.
Well, now I'm definitely intrigued. What kind of drinks did our robot bartender come up with?
So the first creation is called the Quantum Mule, and it's essentially a Moscow mule that took a detour through a sci-fi movie. Picture this: vodka and ginger beer as the base, but then it adds blue curacao and lime juice for this electric blue twist.
You know what's interesting about that? The blue curacao might actually work since it's basically just orange liqueur with food coloring.
That's exactly what I was thinking. The core flavors would still balance nicely, but you'd get this stunning visual effect that would make it totally Instagram-worthy.
So, what's the second AI creation looking like?
The Cyber Sunset might be my favorite. It combines tequila and pineapple juice with grenadine, but then adds this unexpected chili infusion. It's like the AI understood that modern cocktail culture is all about that sweet heat balance.
Oh wow, that actually sounds like something you'd find at a high-end Mexican restaurant. What about number 3?
Well, this is where things get interesting. The Neural Negroni takes all the classic ingredients, gin, sweet vermouth, and Campari, but then adds an espresso shot. It's like the AI decided to merge a Negroni with an espresso martini without considering the consequences.
That combination sounds absolutely wild. Like something you'd order at 2 a.m. and seriously regret the next morning.
Right? And here's the thing about Negronis. They're already perfectly balanced with complex bitter notes. Adding espresso could either be brilliant or completely overwhelming.
Tell me about the 4th creation. Please tell me it's more reasonable.
The algorithmic old-fashioned actually shows some restraint. It uses bourbon as the base, but substitutes traditional simple syrup with maple syrup and adds smoked bitters. It's like the AI understood the importance of respecting classics while adding subtle twists.
Now that's something I could actually see working really well in practice. What's our final AI cocktail?
The binary Bellini might be the most sophisticated of the bunch. It takes the classic combination of Prosecco and white peach puree, but elevates it with elderflower liqueur. It's like the AI understood the art of subtle enhancement.
You know what's fascinating about all these creations? How the AI seems to understand basic cocktail principles, balancing sweet and bitter, building on familiar frameworks, considering visual appeal.
Exactly. But here's what really gets me thinking. These recipes show both the potential and limitations of AI in creative fields. The combinations make sense on paper, but there are so many practical considerations that only human expertise could address.
Like what specifically?
Well, take the Cyber Sunset. Getting that perfect balance of chili heat would require careful testing and adjustment. And the Neural Negroni raises all sorts of questions about temperature and serving method. These are nuances that AI simply can't account for.
So it's almost like AI is better at generating creative starting points rather than final recipes.
That's precisely it. And what's particularly interesting is how the AI approached different styles of drinks, from classics to tropical to brunch cocktails. It's like it understood the full spectrum of cocktail culture.
Though I have to wonder how professional bartenders would react to these creations.
You know, I think they probably appreciate the creativity while identifying areas for refinement. Like that Quantum Mule. A skilled bartender might adjust the proportions or add some unexpected garnish to really sell that futuristic theme.
Speaking of garnishes, that's another whole dimension the AI probably didn't consider.
Exactly right. And that's where human creativity becomes essential. Imagine the possibilities. Metallic garnishes for the Quantum Mule, smoking cinnamon for the algorithmic old-fashioned, edible flowers for the binary Bellini. These drinks could be real showstoppers in the right hands.
So what's the key takeaway from this AI mixology experiment?
I think it shows that AI can be an incredible tool for inspiration, but it can't replace the human element in crafting experiences. These drinks aren't just about precise measurements. They're about understanding context, presentation, and the overall drinking experience. That's something that still requires a human touch.
Well, after all this cocktail talk, I'm definitely ready to try one of these creations. Which would you order first?
You know what? I'm actually most curious about the cyber sunset. That combination of tropical sweetness with a spicy kick seems like it could be something special. Plus, if done right, that sunset gradient effect could be... Thanks for joining us for another AI-crafted cocktail. If you had fun, smash that like button and hit subscribe. We've got more bite-sized mixology experiments coming every week. Got a crazy cocktail idea? Or want to challenge the AI? Drop it in the comments. We might just feature it in the next video. Cheers!